Toby is an old-fashioned tram engine who works on the island of Sodor. He often works at the quarry at the end of Thomas's branch line. He doesn't mind what he has to pull. He likes pulling trucks or coaches quite easily. Toby isn't fast like the modern engines like the mainline engines or the diesels, but he still gets the job done. One morning, Toby was taking his coach Henrietta on a special run. They arrived at Farquhar and found an inspector waiting on the platform. "I am waiting to see how you do on your run," smiled the inspector. "Thanks, sir, I'll do my best," answered Toby, and he headed off. All was going well when he saw 3 road vehicles blocking the level crossing. One was a milk truck, and the others were a little minivan and an old car. "Hello, what are you doing blocking my way?" asked Toby. "I'm going to be late if you don't move out of my way." The milk truck was smiling in a wicked way. "I'm Marcus. I'm on my way to deliver milk to the dairy, when me and my mug C.J and Zeke here thought it would be helpful to slow down the railway traffic." "But there isn't any railway traffic," said Toby earnestly. "The only traffic that's in the way is you." "Pah!" snorted Marcus. "You engines are clapped out and should be scrapped and give all your silly work to me." Toby was starting to lose his patience. "Oh, say it again, and once again," he ordered sharply. "Move out of my way! I have a very important passenger on board." "Ooh, I'm scared," snarled Marcus, and moved out of the way. Toby continued to Elsbridge Station, but he was very late. The inspector was not happy. "I thought you would be faster than the vehicles, Toby," he sighed. "But I guess riding in a tram engine wasn't a great idea after all. Maybe tomorrow will be better." And he left. Toby sighed and went to the sheds to sulk. There, rusting next to him, were 3 little unusual engines: Mac, Graham, and Wayne. They were little road vehicles who were converted into road rail engines and shunted in the yards when the other engines couldn't. They were new, but were much kinder and chill compared to Marcus, C.J, and Zeke. "Hello, Professor Toby," greeted Wayne. "Please don't call me that, Wayne." "Sorry." "Hey, what's bitten you?" asked Graham. "You look like a dying duck." "Oh, it's that foolish milk truck Marcus. He was rude to me today and didn't want to move out of my way," said Toby. "Then he said that railways were out of date."
"That's what vehicles such as George and Bulgy say,"
Mac joined in.
"A milk truck shouldn't be this boastful."
"Yeah, but Marcus was," Toby said, "and he wouldn't move out to let me finish my job of pulling the inspector." "You should have been more assertive," replied Graham. "Maybe, but I feel like I wasn't assertive enough," Toby replied. "Well," Graham went on, "if you were assertive by being this fearsome, maybe Marcus would cower in fear so much he'd literally die of—"
"Graham! Enough about your anime obsession!"
Mac and Wayne chanted. Graham blushed. He couldn't help but bring it up when he had the chance. "I think I have an idea," said Toby, "but I'll need your help." Mac, Graham, and Wayne understood, and they listened to a plan Toby devised. The next day, Toby took the inspector out again. He encountered Marcus and his goons. "Out of my way," Toby said politely and innocently. "I have an important passenger to get through."
"We don't care about your silly passenger,"
smirked Zeke. "If anything, that passenger should be riding with one of us," agreed CJ.
"One of us?"
squeaked Zeke.
"I thought we agreed only I would do the passenger runs."
"Oh yeah?" shrieked CJ. "Only I could do that. Passengers would love to ride in a smart old car like me. Shut up! Marcus shouted. Our friend Boji would be responsible for doing that. You two are just here to witness everything. If that's the case, the two cars asked Marcus, then why are we here in the first place? Two. Marcus trailed off and saw that Mac, Graham, and Wayne had just arrived. They were ready to give Marcus, C.J. and Zeke a rather hard time. No! Shouted Toby, and Mac, Graham, and Wayne pushed the milk truck and automobiles off the level crossing. Toby rushed away with the inspector. Meanwhile, Marcus, C.J. and Zeke were struggling against the three little roadies, who stopped in front of them, refusing to let them back. Say, aren't you those stupid little sports cars and jeeps who want to be converted to railways just because you discovered the books this island was in? Asked Marcus. Max scowled at the milk truck furiously.
It's called living the dream,
She barked.
Stop trying to delay the professor. He's had enough of your stupid shenanigans you and your friends have caused. If you're gonna cause him grief, then we will cause you grief.
Wait, said Marcus nervously. C.J! Zeke! Find somewhere to hide! The two cars tried to hide away, but not without Graham or Wayne getting in their ways. Told Graham in front of Zeke. Want to see my waifu collection?
Hell no!
Groaned Zeke, but it was too late. Here's my first waifu, and here's my second waifu, and... It was too much for Zeke. CJ didn't have much luck either. He tried to get away, but Wayne was blocking his path with some lions and tigers. The zookeeper had tamed them, and CJ was going to have a bad time. Oh no! He wailed. The lions and tigers leapt at him and scratched him from window to tire. Mac was busy dealing with Marcus.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Marcus was shaking. Oh, look at the time. I'm gonna try to go get some training wheels like you and...
Not on my watch.
Mac smirked, and then it happened. She biffed into Marcus pretty hard, and then some milk bottles flew into the air. Mac and Marcus were covered in milk. Just then, Toby came back with an inspector on board, and so did the other vehicle. Hello, Mac. Have you dealt with Marcus and his cronies yet? Bless my cowcatcher. What on earth happened here?
It's a long story,
squeaked Mac. Sir Topham Hatt arrived at the scene of commotion. What's going on here? We were fighting, answered Wayne. Well, there's no fighting allowed, said Sir Topham Hatt sternly. It's against the rules. It wasn't actual fighting, Graham cut in. It was just annoying them because they got in Toby's way when he was trying to pull the inspector's train. And he explained what he, Mac, and Wayne had done. Sir Topham Hatt made a funny face. Well, you do know you could have dealt with these troublesome vehicles in polite and verbal ways, not strange ways. Remember that, you three. He winked. He then spoke to Marcus, C.J. and Zeke. You know better than to delay engines, he reprimanded. As your punishment, you will work at the quarry until you two can be fully trusted. Yes, sir, answered a saddened Marcus, C.J. and Zeke. Sorry, sir. Well done for getting the inspector to the station on time, Toby. You are a really useful tram agent, smiled Sir Topham Hatt. Toby just beamed.